Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time reviewing on Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. Now, as you know, Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers is a 2022 live-action computer animated action-adventure comedy film that is meant to be based on the iconic duo Chip 'n Dale, as well as being more of a continuation of the hit animated show that ran during the 90s. And the premise of Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers in the film version is meant to be how Chip 'n Dale started off as upcoming actors with their own TV show, Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, in the early 90s. We see how they've basically have gone the distance, and we do see how Dale tries to get his own show, which kind of ends up falling out, and we see how the show ends up getting cancelled, and we see how both of them follow a different path, with sort of Chip taking on the role of basically doing insurance, as well as showing some signs of being annoyed with Dale's irresponsible behaviour. But we see how Dale has kind of taken on a more 3D-ish animated style, which is obviously meant to be a play on hair transplants and plastic surgery. We see how one of their former co-members, Monty, owns money to a dangerous gang who are known for bootlegging characters. And we see how they end with Monty getting kidnapped, and this leaves Chip 'n Dale to try and solve the mystery. And I would say it definitely works as a movie. I think what makes Chip 'n Dale work as characters is you can kind of tell Chip had kind of accepted the sort of new life he has now, and kind of at the same time is just kind of now living the life as a kind of normal person. And we do see how Dale wants to try and go back the distance, but it's just kind of clear that some things won't happen. And it's also shown that he's kind of this bad decision maker, as he doesn't really think through his actions. And we do see how a young rookie officer even helps them find Monty. And we also do see how other members of the Chip 'n Dale gang have gone their separate ways. We see how Gadget and Zipper have their own kids now, and this is also a message that how co-stars end up marrying their sort of co-stars and usually end up having 3 or 4 kids. And the point of Monty is meant to be a play on how actors end up taking drugs or alcohol and such. And I think having the actor who played BoJack Horseman, Will Arnett, voicing Sweet Pete, who's obviously meant to be a fatter, older, and more sort of out-of-shape Peter Pan, does work, as it's meant to be a message about how former child stars are usually thrown under the bus, and no one really cares what happens to them. It's like what happened with the actor who played in The Mighty Ducks. It's also like looking at Edward Furlong, and as they were people, I think, who just needed actual help. And I think the point with Sweet Pea is maybe a message with Dale about not trying to do things to try and get back to the distance. And I think having the world with animated characters does work, because when you do have Dale at the convention, you also do see Tigra from the Avengers United They Stand cartoon. And it's kind of weird how they do give her pants, despite in the actual cartoon, she just kind of wore a more bathsuit style. I guess Disney thought the original design would have been too skimpy, and just sort of decided to go against it. I like the idea that, yeah, they do bring back some of the original actors, like Jim Cummins voicing Darkwing Duck at the end, even having the original actor for Skeletor back. And, yeah, I also do kind of think showing you the world of animated characters, where they go now, where you do have characters working with the Mafia, you do have characters from motion capture being thrown under the bus. And I think the point of Hollywood is just meant to be a place where once you've gone the distance, there's nothing left for you afterwards. And I also do kind of think as well what Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers gets right at. You can tell at the same time when we do see Gadget and Zipper, You can tell they do try to be supportive to Dale, and when they do point out about funding his independent movies, sort of implies they have been trying to support him and helping him out, like most former co-stars would. And at the same time, we do see how they both come together and trying to fix things. I think, to me, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers is an okay film. I think it definitely has a message about trying to regain your fame, but don't take any shortcuts. So I think it deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.